Hello, everyone, and welcome to Galactic Gab. I'm Tanys Coughlan from Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy, and I am joined by these two beautiful ladies, Dr. Lisa Thompson and Jennifer Jurkofsky. Welcome. How's it going?
It's been a while since the three of us have been on together.
It has. Yeah. Things have been busy for all of us, I think. We've all been like running around and and it's flu season. We've had that as well in there. And all sorts of fun stuff.
That was the postponing reason on my end, is last time I was like, I don't think I can talk very well.
Well, we were both kind of sick at that time. We ended up with it at the same time. So we were both like not, fully functional, shall we say. What's been going on with you, Lisa?
Well, since we've been on, so my new book has come out. It came out November 2nd.
Awesome.
Almost a month ago. So yeah. Through loss and delight, a journey of grief, healing, and the love that remains. And it's really interesting because since then, the release of the book, the last part of the book where it's the cliffhanger, there's a little more finalization in that cliffhanger. And so basically the new emperor, doors are open.
Okay.
You gotta read it, guys. You've got to just read it.
There you go. There's your cliffhanger to buy the book.
Right.
So we should put that in the perhaps in the comments. So if you could give me the link, please, and I shall post it there for everybody to come in and take a look. And we'll say hello to Kaylee, who is here with us this evening. Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. So yeah, Jen, what's new with you?
What day is it?
I don't know.
What's happening right now?
No idea.
Where I was. Remember what's new?
Well, we've had a lot going on, I think. We've got
There's
big
been,
stuff happening. So
yeah, there's been a lot of good stuff. It's just been really, really busy. And I think a big part of that is the energies and where the energies have been. There's just a lot, a lot coming through, a lot of clearing happening. And so with work and all of that, it's also been very busy because...
Yeah, I found that too. Yeah, clients are in need,
Oh, Kaylee says that she's excited for the Zoom with Dr. Lisa on Wednesday.
Yeah, so that's another thing I'm having right now. So yesterday was our American Thanksgiving, and with that we have Black Friday. So
right.
I have 5 different things, but one of which is my private one-on-one session of Meet Your Galactic Family and Guides for 75% off. And I know Kaylee was waiting to, closer to Christmas time. And then this is even more discounted than what she was expecting. So I can't wait to work with you.
Awesome.
Yay. Do you have the link for that too? And we'll add that.
Yeah, we should add those if you put them in the private chat there, please.
I will do.
I will put them out.
Finding the universal link for Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, on that, like you're saying, okay, what's new with Beyond Being Human? I've actually done a couple more recordings for the Love of Mystics. And so we've got those hopefully coming out soon. And so if you're interested in, St. Francis and St. Clair and hearing about their stories, which are absolutely incredible. I mean, you talk about the power of being connected and one with the divine. They are amazing stories for that. And then I just did one recently that's going to be a little while in edit, I'm sure, but it was with Jane 108, and so it's all about sacred geometry and math and the way that actually like aligns with spiritual journey. And so he talked about 4 different historical figures and their journeys. And we actually talk about the wounding that has come from being, whether it be the witch wound that we'll talk about, or the persecution wound that we've gone through from different lifetimes. And so we do a whole segment on healing that, what that looks like. Those are 2 things that have been in the last little while that will be coming your way.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm a bit technically challenged tonight. I'm going to say it's the technology. I'm not sure if it is, but we're going to say it's technology. Yes, so those will be amazing. Kaylee said she watched a sneak peek, so she's excited to see the full video.
Oh, yay. Yes,
So
I
that's
know
awesome.
Michael had recently posted that the sneak peek was out for the talk with James Twyman. So that's super exciting. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. What?
What's that? Sorry?
Oh, I just said, how about you? What is new in your world?
Well, we started another year of Galactic Shaman program. So we've got that. Plus we have the Advanced Galactic Shaman program as well, because there were some that wanted to enhance their skills even more. So that's coming out, which seems to be downloading some other modalities to go with it, is what's been happening for me. So I'm kind of looking at those. I'm going to be redoing we have to set up our schedule for the new year now, because we're only a month out. So I want to get that ready before I go on vacation. Because yes, I'm actually taking vacation, which is exciting. I don't do it often, so it's good. Or if I do, it's usually shorter. I'm actually taking like 12 days. So it's good. I'm excited. So there's that stuff that's coming. So Galactic extension of Nocti level 2, Nagara level 2. Those are both healing modalities. One is Pleiadian, the other one's Syrian. And so, so there's stuff coming in terms of those. That's exciting. And we're looking at maybe doing another Galactic Shaman starting in January, I think, possibly. And possibly another cohort for Peacekeepers of the Light, right?
Yeah.
So
lots going on, lots and lots.
There's so much, and I'm not even sure where I'm headed right at the moment. So it's one thing at a time. What am I doing today? What am I doing today is what I say. What is it today that I need to do? So yeah, that's where we're at. There's lots of stuff happening, and it's lots of fun.
Well, so I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
This has come up on my UFO tours, and then just in general with people that I'm just talking to. And I know everyone that I have listened to has a very different take, but 3i Atlas, I would love to get your guys' perspective, because I have a perspective, and I haven't done any like specific remote viewing. I just have like intuitive kind of hit of whatever, but I'm curious if that's come up in your guys' communities as well.
It has. Yeah. I have gone up. It is a ship. Jen has done some channeling stuff. I was just up there briefly. I just kind of went, but I didn't feel that it was all that welcome at the time that I went. It felt like there was something going on, that I wasn't supposed to be there, so I had to come back. But Jen's spoken to the Federation. You went to a meeting, I think, with the Elders Council about that?
I did. I did. There was a meeting with the council because they wanted to go in and make sure that it was okay, because it actually, because it came from outside of our galaxy, it's not part of the normal group that we talk to.
Yeah.
And
which is why I was uncomfortable, because I didn't know the vibe.
They had a big meeting actually with the Federation, and the Elders Council were there, but also several other galactic councils that are not the ones that we normally talk to and connect with, trying to figure out, like, okay, where did they come from? Who are they associated with? What is the intention? All of that kind of stuff. And so it was a really neat meeting to be a part of. And then they were talking about, like, okay, now what do we want to do? How do we want to introduce ourselves to them, connect with them, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah. And then through that, there was a whole plan made on making sure that they were friendly, that they weren't going to do anything when they passed by, that everything was going to be safe for us, but also there was some purpose to allowing the path to continue.
So it is safe.
Yeah.
That's the long and the short of it. It's safe.
Well, and that's what I like. That's what I'm picking up. Again, I haven't purposely tried to like tune in or do any of that stuff because I'm like, okay, that's not my lane at the moment. And yeah, the other part of it, at least for the people in my world, it's a really good thing to get attention onto something off planet that could like help awaken humanity. Okay, there is more, like more and more seeds are being planted.
Yeah.
And I do find it interesting though that supposedly the closest it's coming to Earth is December 19th, if that's still the date. That's my birthday. So I'll be like, hi guys.
You're getting a birthday present this year. Yes. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think there is a lot more chatter about that because of 3i Atlas. And I think, so Avi Loeb is also involved with the Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact. That he's spoken at some of our things.
Right. He's a little too sciencey for me though, even though I'm a PhD sciencey. Yeah. He's like an astrophysicist or something, like it's super, all numbers and all, but even he was saying, I mean, he's the one that sort of said, hey guys, I think we need to look at this. So I think that sciencey piece in this particular topic or this particular instance is an important piece for people to pay attention, right? Because it is one of those things that the masses always want the science behind stuff. They do.
And there is science behind everything. However,
it's not all science that Earth understands.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's really quite incredible though, because, and it was interesting because with the Alliance, just last night we were talking and they were saying about wanting to do a whole talk on the 3i Atlas because of everything that's been observed with it, and how after we were able to observe it fairly closely, when it went through Mars, there was all of a sudden a shutdown in communication around what was going on and what they observed. It was like all this information and then radio silence.
Right. Well, and the crappy NASA photos that other like amateur astronomers are getting better pictures of.
Right. We know that those are not real NASA photos.
Right.
Yep.
They definitely have better tools and technology to be getting pictures than the average person does.
Exactly. But I do think that as a topic, it is bringing forward this ability for us to speak about it in a way that is more commonplace. You know what I mean? Like I even brought it up at dinner the other night with family, and it spoke about it, and people were interested. It was like they were asking questions and stuff, which it was amazing, you know, because that's not something that I usually talk about, first of all, but because it's been in the news, I thought, oh, well, let's bring it up. And so I find that the openness to talk about it because it's been in the news and stuff is fascinating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the last time like this came through was a Muamua, which, speaking of Avi Loeb, he's the one that actually, really just discovered it in a way, or was the first one to speak out about it, of being something potentially of extraterrestrial intelligence
Yes.
that he would admit to.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Well, and that skepticism, I think, is what adds weight to it in some ways, right?
Mhm.
I always feel like a little bit of skepticism is a good thing to a certain extent. Yeah, we do need to like have our beliefs and all of that, but every so often I call Jen, I'm like, I'm not losing it, right? This is real. These other dimensional things. Just to check. I want to just check.
Yeah.
Usually it's about something specific, but yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of people here. Maybe we should say hello.
Mhm.
So we have Leah. Welcome.
Hello.
Leah Omega 8. And we have Stone Hobbit.
Hello.
Stone Hobbit. And Leah's been commenting here. Neutrality is key, moving into the unknown. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And she was saying, try as they might, you can't fight the truth.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Oh, and apparently Ave is a Pisces.
Very cool. It was interesting too because Avi had actually talked about where it's split apart near the sun, and it's interesting to think about like if they did want to leave something behind, what an easy time to do that, so that it's natural.
Mm-hmm.
The heat and all of that, it's like, oh well, of course we expect it to split at this point, and of course we expect these different things. But it's been interesting too, in some of the things that have come out around the comet having more metal composite than a regular comet would, or having, there's just a lot of interesting things that don't immediately alert science to say there's something off, and yet it's enough to go, hmm.
How have your tours been going, Lisa?
well, so tourist season, September and October in Hawaii, is very slow. So if you guys those of you who are like, oh, I really want a downtime, September and October are the downtime on the island, and restaurants are empty and everything's wide open.
Nice.
So now that it's holiday season again, tours are back on. So I had one a couple nights ago. I have one tonight. I've got one tomorrow night. And
Awesome.
our skies are active as always. And in fact, I think they just sometimes get really excited. Like, yes, we've got new people that we can do our little light show for. Not that they're here to perform for us, though. That's what but they
are
want
here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They want to show that they're there, and to do that, they sort of,
where they want us to know and to be open to the possibility that there's more. So even though they're not here to put on a show, as you said, there is an excitement around being able to let people know there's a possibility of more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Leah says she's heard ships are sentient. So why wouldn't Atlas? I think that's probably supposed to be B as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I think some of them are. I wouldn't say all are sentient, but I think some of them are.
I was going to say different groups have different technology, different physics. So you can't lump them all in one category.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and with AI Atlas being from a different council or a different group, right? The whole premise of the Galactic Federation is to share technology, healing, all of that sort of thing, as well as the codex, in terms of their behaviors and stuff. But the with AI Atlas, it might be very different because they're not part of the Federation.
Yeah. Well, and even with, with the ships that are within our Federation, there are some that are very much organic, and those are very sentient because they are within themselves a living thing. Whereas there are ships that are also just made like from technology, right? And there might be a sentience in some of the technology that's there, but it's not the same as like an organic ship.
Oh. Thoughts? AI Atlas?
Well, you were calling it AI Atlas, not 3i Atlas.
Oh, sorry.
So I think she's just
3i Atlas. Yes, sorry. That was me. I got AI on the brain.
Yeah, it's 3i only because it's the third interstellar object that we've been able to notice. So 3i.
I did not know that was what.
That's where 3i came from. Third ever interstellar object that we've been able to track.
Very good.
In modern history.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or they will acknowledge. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, we have doggies.
Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
We have doggies at 2 households. No doggies here.
Well, and my crew has been wired lately, and normally I blame that on the moon and where we're at with the moon cycles, but it's just there's been so much activity and energy, and I think that they're feeling it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and you tend to have ships at your place a fair bit.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't normally set them off. I remember the one night there was a ship right overhead, and it was doing the woo, woo, woo. And I went outside, and Bear, the biggest of them, is just like just staring up into the sky. And I walked out, and he looked at me and looked back up at the sky.
He's like, "What's that, Mom?"
No, buddy, I hear it too.
That's cute. I was out in the yard last night, and I think I saw a ship. It's hard in my area because there's a lot of airplanes, and so I don't like to make that statement lightly. But this one was not acting the same as the other ones that were up there, so I'm pretty sure it was. It was only there a moment, and I looked back, and it was gone. So I was like,
okay, airplanes don't do that.
Exactly. So yes.
Actually, if you could, I just take a moment just for people who are kind of curious about, okay, well, what's the airplane behavior, behavior, especially if you are in an active area with airport or Air Force base or other things around. So airplanes are very predictable in their behavior. They have a white anti-collision light, like a headlight spotlight. They also have the red and green light on each tip to indicate what direction they're flying. So red is on the left, green is on the right. And then they either have blinking wing lights or blinking tail lights, depending on what type of aircraft it is.
Right.
So if it, like here on the island, if an airplane is flying directly towards the island, all you see is the white headlight spotlight. And it looks like a craft sometimes out over the water because they're flying over the ocean, flying towards the island to land at the airport right on the coast.
Right.
But only when they turn to then go to Kona do you see that red light, or when they're flying back out, you see the green light. So really paying attention to those lights on the airplane and that blinking pattern. And airplanes, unless they're like stealth military, don't just disappear.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's how I knew. And it was like it looked more triangular shaped, like the lights were not in the usual pattern. It looked like there was one in the center and then sort of 2 on the back end. So that's not an airplane.
For me, the biggest tell in the experiences that I have had is the still boom, boom,
Yeah.
still, boom, boom, still. And you're just like, okay, things don't generally fly like that. And then
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do know, like up here at least, there aren't a whole lot of planes that go overhead. I'm pretty far north, so there's not a lot that flies like past. But we do have a ton of satellites that we see.
Okay. One, satellites also have very predictable behavior. So can I educate people so that because, and this is what I do on my tours, because some people will assume, oh, that's just a satellite. And then when I describe that satellite behavior, they're like, oh, it did something different. I'm like, yeah, that was not a satellite. So the satellites that are orbiting Earth perpetually, they're going about 17,000 miles per hour. They can orbit Earth in maybe 90 minutes, but they don't have any blinking lights. So they are not blinking at all. What they do, though, is they glow. So within the first couple hours after sunset and then before sunrise, the sun is still reflecting off of the metallic underside surface. So what you're going to see, if you're just watching, let's say, one satellite, it's going to move in one direction only, can't change direction, it's not changing speed, it's not changing the amount of glow that it's putting off. And then as it nears horizon, it will dim out. So why that's important is that some of the behavior that we see that I'm like, that's not a satellite, is they will do what we call power-ups. And it's really with the goggles, you see this really well because it's amplifying the light. With your bare eyes, you might just see like it flashing and then basically disappearing and then maybe flashing again, unless it's just a super bright one across the board. But the power-ups, what they do is they start kind of dim and then they get really big and bright where it's like, whoa, that's a lot of energy. And then they get dim again. And they can do that multiple times or just one time just to be like, okay, yep, here we are.
Cool. Do you find they answer your questions by flashing their lights?
So
are they listening?
Some of them are definitely listening, but when we're on tour, we're not really doing that with our guests. Most of our guests are pretty like new to all this. So they're still in awe of how many more stars they can see and just all the moving objects through the goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Because I think you had an experience like that, didn't you, Jen? Driving home one day?
I've had 2 experiences while driving. One was up here, and the other one was in town. Both of them, it was with Ray, my eldest, and so we were together for it. And the one in town really surprised me. We were driving down a main, like it's not quite a highway, but like that. And there was something, and it was just sitting, and we noticed it, and we were like, wow, that's really interesting. Like it was bright, but it was like you could tell there were multiple lights, but it was hard to kind of make out. And so we're watching it, and I'm also trying to watch the road. Don't worry, I was driving safe, but I could see it out there. And then all of a sudden it just whoom, and we were like, what? And then it stopped again. I was like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's a drone, or it's this, or it's that, right? Like, because, your mind just, makes the excuses as to what it is.
Healthy skepticism.
Yeah, exactly. And then it shot back closer, and I was like, holy moly, like that actually looks like it could be a ship.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. And we both like acknowledged it and acknowledged that we saw it, and it went, whoom. And then it was gone. It was like, it just wanted us to see it. Maybe it just wanted to know that it had been seen. It was such a moment of like, okay. And of course, it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean it wanted us specifically to see it, but it wanted to be seen and acknowledged. And I'm sure that there was a lot of people who were like, what was that just happened? But at that point in time in my life, I knew I love the stars and I have connection to it. And I knew that there was something, but I had no idea the depth of connection that I had at that point in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was not recent. That was a little longer ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, we were driving home. And so where I am, there are spots where there's no light. If you have no lights on your car, you're done for. There's no street lights, there's no house lights, there's nothing for large sections of the drive. Because a lot of it's like farmland or forest and all of that. So we had just come through, there's a certain pass where it opens up and it's a lot of farmland. And so there's a long stretch of road and there's a house on either end of this long stretch, but nothing in between. And so we just came around the curve and this like light came and then it just shot up really high. Like it came like to make sure we saw it almost shot up really high. And I actually just pulled over and I was like, what is that? And Ray and I are looking at it. And then I'm like, okay, it's just sitting there. And as we like drove through the stretch, it just kind of stayed right there. And then as soon as we turned, it took off.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not normal. Whatever.
No. Yeah, Stone Hobbit says they're showing up in pairs now. They were singles. Saw two with witnessed the other evening. Thought they were playing chicken. That's cute. Awesome. Hi, Nalani. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah, I do, feel like there is more and more of these kind of moments where we're seeing them. And I do think that they do come as more than one often, because I think that there's like one maybe further out and then they send, a couple
Other stuff in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool when you can actually see the shape of them. I mean, we don't always get that opportunity, but like that picture that you have, Jen, where you actually can see the shape of the cloud. The cloud. Which,
a few of those where I have one, I'll have to see if I can find it to show you guys. It was like a clear sky, totally clear. There's one cloud in the sky, massive, and it's flat on the bottom and then round over top. And I was like, really, guys? Really?
that's not fooling me. Yeah.
I mean, on a perfectly clear sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. I haven't seen too many ships around here. I've seen them in my mind's eye and know they're there. I can feel them when they've been here, but I haven't actually seen too many. My cousin reminded me not long ago that when we were, I don't know how old it would have been, like 8, and she was like 5. We were blueberry picking somewhere across Canada because we drove from Alberta to Ottawa. And one of the campsites that we were at, and we actually saw one like up close. And I was like, so I sort of have a memory of it, but it's very, very foggy. So I don't normally speak to it because it's not fully formed in my mind. And I don't want to project stuff onto it. But we were out picking berries and there was one there. So that was kind of cool. It was nice that she brought that up.
And that, doesn't surprise me because, those of us like you guys and me, we're all very connected.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to have those sightings and visuals when we're kids and then into our adulthood.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, that's a great shot.
I mean, come on now. Like, like here's the sky, right? The whole sky. Nothing.
So funny.
Nada.
Such a
And
great
then-
picture, though.
Right? There's some under here, and then they're here. It's like, okay.
Do you have that other one, Jen, that you had from your backyard? Because that one really looks like it as well. Do you have that one handy?
Yeah, I do. Hold on, let me stop sharing.
I don't know if we've showed this one on here before, but
No, we haven't. I'll have to find it so we can keep chatting as we go. But yeah, that one just I have to take a picture of this.
yeah, that was definitely a ship. Mm-hmm. So what shapes have you seen, Lisa? Do you see the shapes or?
Yeah, well, so sometimes they just show up on the camera and are not visible to the eyes.
Yeah.
And so in my UFO tour slideshow, I have all these different photos and videos.
Nice.
Just to show the diversity that they do come gotten. And so the one that was across the street from my house above my neighbor's tree, I think structurally it probably was like a Merkaba, because as it was rotating, it's rotating and pulsing, but it's like a donut, double donut. So a donut within a donut with a hole in the middle.
Okay.
That the mechanism was clockwise and counterclockwise rotation.
Oh, yeah, very much like the Merkaba then, right?
Yeah, that's what I got from that. And the video that I have, you can really clearly see the rotation. And that was a Pleiadian craft. And that was that was March 7th, 2023 at 8 p.m. at night. The very next morning, and the situation, I had been talking about my book Connection to the Cosmos at our local bookstore an hour south of where. So I had been driving home, and the whole hour way home, I'm talking to my team like, hey guys, just talking about you. I would really love to see signs that you're here with me. Please show me that you're here. And it was right before I got to my house that I saw it above the tree line. I acknowledged, I'm like, stay there. I see you. I'm going to park my car at my house. And so I parked my car in my driveway, walk over to the end of my driveway. And that's when I talked to it. Did I tell you guys this story? Have I shared it on this?
No.
Okay. Well, so this is cool. Because I knew that I was actually really interacting with it. So what it looked like to my eyes was a very big, bright, pulsing star. So imagine as bright as Venus or Sirius might get, like even a little bit brighter than that. So I had to check my constellation app just to make sure nothing was there, right? And it was stationary, it was quiet. So nothing was there on the constellation app. So then I start talking to it. And I'm like, okay, I know you're a craft. Please do something for me that a craft can do that a star cannot do. So when I did that, it completely dimmed out where I couldn't see it anymore. And then a few seconds later, it popped back on full brightness. And I got really excited. I was like, do it again, do it again. Like just like that.
They're probably like humans.
Right? I know, I was like, do it again. And it did it again. And then a few seconds later, it popped back on. I'm like, do it again. And, seriously. So it did it 5 times because I asked 5 times. But as soon as I stopped asking, then it didn't do it anymore. So that's how I knew, okay, like I am actually communicating with this thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do get so in the moment with them that I forget about my phone, even though I had just checked my constellation app, right? But still, when I was doing that, do something for me, do something for me. Right. So I'm in the moment with that. And so then I took photos of it and video, and I don't know how easy it would be for me to find those. They're on my slideshow, so I don't know if I can pull up my whole slideshow. But anyway, it was just super cool because then the very next morning at 5:30 in the morning, people are waking up, driving to work here on the island, and they're noticing all of those spaceship clouds all over our island. We do not have the right atmospheric conditions to create lenticular clouds. The way, like in Washington State, where I'm from, we have a lot along the Cascades, even though I don't think they're just all clouds. I think a lot of them are spaceships. But these clouds, so we had normal clouds blowing by. We have our normal Hawaii trade winds, very strong winds. But these spaceship clouds sat in place from 5:30 a.m. till 10:30 p.m. without moving. And
Wow.
that was the very specific day that I was channeling the Pleiadian session for my Wisdom of the Galactic series. And so between the one the night before and then these, spaceship clouds, and my friends from other parts of the island, they're like, do you see these Pleiadian ship clouds? I'm like, yes, I do. Anyway, it was a whole thing.
That's awesome.
It's so interesting too. When you were sharing, I was reflecting back. So we got a telescope a little while back, but then we had just clouds and we have so many clouds. So we weren't able to go out and see things. And then one night it finally cleared up, and it was actually when Sid was still up here, and we went out, and just like you, there was this one bright object, and it was like, wow, and we could see it, and I finally got the telescope like on it, and I had to do the same thing with my app. I'm like, is there a satellite? What is that? Like, is nothing? I'm like, how is there nothing? Like, first off, like, there's always something somewhere. No. And I was like, wow, okay. But so in awe of it that I didn't even think to take a picture. I was just like, wow. And I'm like trying to get everybody to come out and see it and all of that. But
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many more pictures we'd have if we weren't so enthralled? Because, people, I'm sure others do that. So I'm sure there's people all over that have seen things, but they haven't had the time or they haven't thought about it because they're like,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. It's awesome.
Speaking of some of the different shapes. So that one, again, possibly Merkaba, but a double donut kind of shape. And then the spaceship cloud type shape. And then there was one night, it was actually 2/22/22, so that portal day years ago. And there were a group of us. I was leading a meditative journey. We had gathered like 30 people to see, what we could call in. And it was just raining really hard. And by the time the meditation was done, the rain had stopped, but it was full clouds. So we couldn't get the goggles out. But Skip and I, we were walking up to where my car was parked. And through the clouds, this massive laser sharp pyramid, like behind your head, Tanys.
Oh, wow.
In the clouds, just perfect laser line, massive.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not the moon. There's nothing natural that's creating that. And so Skip and I, we saw it. And then my friend Brittany, who was down below, it was her house we were at. She saw it too. So it was just the three of us that saw that. And again, didn't think to take a picture. There was one that was on tour night. It was a local couple coming, or family, and they're super open. It's interesting when the people come, how open they are to how much more we see. And that night we had this sort of amorphous, it started out as a squiggle, like white Sharpie line or white chalk line in the sky. Then it changed into like an amoeba shape. So it closed up form, but you could see through it. And then it changed into a bell shape. And then it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it just sat there for like 5 minutes, and then it just kind of dissipated.
Very cool.
And in Peru, I have an amazing picture of a spherical one, perfect sphere, in the very clear blue sky, 14,000 feet outside Cusco. And then we have a really cool cigar-shaped one. We have kind of a
Nice.
triangular one like you described, Tanys, with the light in the middle and then 2 on the outer edges, and then a few more. There's one that's like a manta ray shape that
Oh,
popped
wow.
to the camera. Yeah.
That's
So they
cool.
and then some look more physical, but some are very plasma energy like, where
Yeah.
like zoom in on the video, you can see it changing shape and color.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. So all sorts of craft type.
Mhm.
And I think Jen's found her picture there too of the cloud.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you
and
want to
so
share that?
often I wish yeah, sure. I wish I had my camera out. This picture, actually, I don't remember ever taking it. So there's a whole story behind the picture. I was going through my phone and I was deleting pictures, and I got to this one and I just got, no, don't delete it. And I was like, why not? And I looked at it and there's a whole bunch of, stuff going on. I'm just zooming into this one because I don't want to get into all the other stuff.
Mhm.
But this was part of it. And it was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I checked the time, and it was a time where I was not with my phone. And I remember it because it was the night that the dogs had run loose and we had to go chasing them. And it was during that time that the picture was, or it was timestamped that the picture was taken. So it was
Well, you know that because you took a picture of the dogs and sent it to me because they were in the mud. And so the time on there,
yeah,
and that was like 2 minutes after this one was taken. So she was actually out with the dogs, getting them out of the mud.
Yeah,
at that
so
time.
we'd gotten home, and I came down to the office, grabbed my phone, and took a picture of the dogs with mud like all the way up to their torsos, and then never thought about it again. And it was when I was deleting pictures that I saw this, and I was like, I wasn't even in here at the time. So it was really interesting.
And that, I mean, you can see the shape of this. You can see the shape of the ship and all of it, right? That's the flight deck right there in the front. And
yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. They took it, not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So to like Kaylee's comment, like I feel that sometimes though too, they disappear if we pull out our phones. They want to be seen by the eye, but not electronically or recorded. I think that is true in some cases. And in others, clearly, they're like, no. I want you to know I'm going to make sure that this happens.
Right. And they'll pop in, they'll do whatever. And even if you can't physically see it, they're there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also, like, our brains filter the information where the camera doesn't filter in the same way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm able to share my screen appropriately, but I would love to play the video if I'm able to share it.
Do you see the little present or invite thing at the bottom?
Yes.
So if you click that, then it'll take you through the steps.
Okay.
And then I can put it on the screen when you get there.
Okay. So actually, it's not going to let me.
No?
No, that's okay.
Too bad.
Come to Hawaii and come on one of my tours or go through my Big Island UFO Tours Facebook page from like 2.5 years ago, and the video is on.
Take a look. Awesome. I wonder if I can get that then if it's on your Facebook page.
But it like maybe. I mean, it's really. You're going to have to
find it on Facebook, Lisa, or did you just find the video that you have?
It's in my slide, my PowerPoint, because I don't know where.
Is it videos or photos where it would be?
It probably would be video.
I'm not seeing videos. I'm seeing movies maybe.
Well, and Facebook now starts deleting all of our videos after a period of time.
That's true.
Yes. I'll see if I can.
I don't.
Because I'll know exactly what it looks like. And some people are like, oh, can you email me that? And I'm like, no, because it's my video. And I don't want people using it in a way without integrity.
Yeah, we don't need to show it then.
Oh no, we can show it because I show it on my tour. It's just more about people want me to email them the video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I don't see videos on your thing.
I don't either.
Unless it's on your... Maybe it's on the Big Island tours, though. I didn't look at that one.
Well, that's where it would be. It would be on that. But there isn't a video tab on there.
There's a featured. Is that it?
No.
On July 23rd, 2024?
That's my commercial.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fun.
Cute.
Now, that does have some examples of what we see through the goggles, but that's different. So, okay, well.
Yeah.
I clicked on something. Trying to. I'm not gonna. That's where the boom. That was one of your. But anyway, go to Big Island Tours, guys, on Facebook and check out all the videos.
Big Island UFO Tour.
There you go. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so how about everybody too who's watching? Like, what have you seen? What's shown up
Yeah.
for you? Like,
Exactly.
stories with us too.
Well, and I guess we could give a little update on our little galactic book family. We can do a little bit of that. So we did find
Go for it.
my father as well. I'm not going to reveal who it is or anything, but we did find him, which was, it just amazes me how we're all coming together. And it was something like, it was like, there was no, we both knew. Oh, nice.
Yay! I'm telling you, they're active out here.
They are, yeah. Well, and there was the one that was there the night Jeff and I were out there too. Mm-hmm. There was one above us.
Right.
And I ended up going to find out what was going on. So that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it amazes me how we keep bringing people together from this book of yours, Jen. This book lifetime. It's just more and more of us keep coming in. It's almost like we've got this little beacon thing going on. I know.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Right? Like that time paralleled with this time. Yeah. It's so important for those energies to be brought in now. And so I think we all who went through that time agreed to come back now. Yeah. And it's pretty incredible how we've been brought together. Like we've talked about it on the show with you, Lisa, and how, it's just the energy is just immediately you tap in and you go, oh, I know. Yeah. And my whole body just tingles when I say it. Right. It's that piece. And so we, we'll meet somebody, and it's not everybody. I mean a ton of people.
Of course. Yeah.
For the most part, it's like, oh yeah, I probably know you from somewhere. But when it's from this lifetime, for whatever reason, intense. It's like a full body remembering.
Yeah.
And it's
there's something
really,
to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think because we did so much together, there is this deep knowing of like, yes. And we know who each other are, which is just wild. Yeah.
So the other fun part was that we brought this person's picture to one of the other people that we know that's part of our group. And she looked at it and was like, yep, that's one of your dads. We were like, okay.
It was yours, Tanys.
Yes.
Very much like, but it was somebody who was friends with them when they were young. in the book. I mean, I don't talk about our parents when they were young, but it was somebody who knew them and was associated with them, like grew up with them. So very familiar.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very healing. Like for me, it was a really healing experience, you know, to be able to, because I mean, we lost our parents in that time. So it was nice to be able to have that connection and kind of heal some of those. And it healed a bunch of lifetimes for me. I know that I've been in other lifetimes with this person as well. So there's that as well. But very healing. I find all of us coming back together is very healing. Like it was a difficult lifetime for being those types of beings, you know, much more open and loving, and then having to go through such heavy times. And I think, you know, we're doing a lot of healing on that, which is important in this. And I think that is part of the reason that we're all coming together. That and the fact that there's all this stuff coming up that we're going to be needed for, and we're going to need our memory to be able to go back in and work with that.
Yeah.
So, and we're carrying those energies, I think, even more physically. I mean, Jen and I have talked about how there was one time we were together and I'm like, I think I'm going to channel. And she's like, okay. And I ended up channeling Tariel. And she was like, oh, it's you. So, you know, it's a beautiful connection that we all have. They were rich in ceremony, you know, our group, and that really carried forward through many lifetimes now. So,
yeah,
I'm just grateful for all of you very much.
Oh, me too. Me too. And I'm honored to be able to be a part of that rekindling with it.
Yeah.
Like, I have to say, you know, doing the journey with you, Lisa, like to be able to just see that and to see like what came forward and what you did. And like, it was just incredible to be able to be a part of that experience. And I think that's the biggest thing, you know, for me is just you guys.
We love you too. For those of you that don't know, we did a past life regression thing, the three of us together for Lisa, and that's what Jen's referring to. You know, it was lovely.
Yes, and it helped for me clarify a lot from that life and this life.
Because there's so many connections. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been an hour already, but we're kind of at that time.
We are?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. 58 minutes.
I was like thinking we were like maybe halfway through.
Well, I mean, it is our show. We can do what we want, but being mindful of the time. I have another podcast to do in a little bit too, and Lisa's got a journey to do with her group.
Absolutely.
So, Lisa, what's coming up for you?
So,
anything that you want to talk about? We've put some.
For the last few days or next few days, I still have my Black Friday 70% off. So check out that on my mysticmanta.com website. And then I am gearing up to teach my certification program. That'll be in sometime early 2026 for the Infinity Healing Method. And I am actually also, I've got some other things percolating that I am working on for the beginning of 2026. And so in the meantime, I've been working on the back end of my business majorly this year and getting all the logistics, all the organization in place. So it's a little more automated. It is. Yeah. So wait. Yeah. So in 2026, it'll be a whole new period of launch of creativity of other stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. Jen, what have you got coming up?
What do I have coming up?
Twillo Talk on Monday.
Yes, on Monday I'm actually on with Gerald at 2 Eastern to talk about more human design, and then that'll be followed up by the Twillo Talk at 5 Eastern.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be on Sunday evening through the alliance with Karen
Swain. Karen Swain. Yeah.
We're going to be talking about what's going on with the alliance, with the ET embassy, and just all that kind of fun stuff. And that's going to be, I believe, 6:30 Eastern on Sunday.
Awesome. And for me, I have one like at 9 with the alliance with another spacey gal, Glenda. I can't remember her last name at the moment. Sorry, Glenda. But we're going to be on that with Sylvain from the alliance as well. So talking about all of that stuff. And so I have, again, Twillo Talk and also Infinite Integrations on Wednesday at 5 as well. So that's what's coming up. So stay tuned, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of the channels. They're down in the comments, of course. And stay tuned for lots more galactic stuff coming your way. Take care, everyone. Have a great month.